Assalamu alaikum everyone, good morning again in our third part of our lesson about the writing process, of course, of the essay. Now, after covering the first two stages, which are pre-writing stage and drafting stage, today we will try to explain and at the same time illustrate the third major stage, which is called revising or polishing or editing. So all these terms are used to refer to the third stage in which the writer revises, reviews and examines his draft. Clear? His draft. So after writing your final draft, you are going to, of course, read it either silently or loudly, to examine this final draft. Right? It means to check whether it contains mistakes of any type or not, whether its structure is correct or not, whether it is coherent or not, whether it is unified or not. Right? So all these are things we do at the level of this major stage, which is called, I said, revising, polishing, and editing. Right. However, specialists and theorists recommend two sub-stages and two main steps to carry out the process of polishing or the stage of polishing successfully. Right. If you want to revise, right, or polish your final draft of the essay, you should go through two main steps or sub-stages. They distinguish between these two. Why? Just to have, you can say, hierarchical, right, and logical gradation in your process of correction. Clear? So, the first step within polishing, right, or sub-stage is called revising. So, revising can be a term used to name the whole stage, right, third stage in the writing process, and also it may refer, like here, to the first sub-stage or step within polishing. Now, what do we mean by revising? By revising, we mean that a writer should check first what? The draft for content and organization. He must here be concerned with you can say, the essay or the rough draft of the essay from the side of its content, right? Its organization, its whole structure. Clear? Including the structure of different parts of the essay, I mean introduction, and I check also the body paragraphs and conclusion to see whether they exist or not, whether they are coherent or not. Also, I check unity, right, of course, at this level. We see if there is any irrelevant idea, any new idea which is irrelevant, to cross it out. Also, I check in revising the coherence, right, coherence of the ideas and sentences, right. I must feel that there is a flow of ideas from one part to another, one idea to another, right. Also, logic of the ideas, they are ordered logically, right, or according to the pattern which I set, right, in my statement. Right, and also at this level, while you are revising the content, revising organization of final draft and the major ideas and their order and logical division and so on, here, in case you have some new ideas, you can add them. You can modify some of the ideas. So here also, the you can say some step of ideas editing is allowed, because as we said before that editing ideas and modifying and bringing new ideas, right? I mean, ideas which of course are relevant, clear, which may improve my essay, may enrich my discussion on the topic, not others which are new or irrelevant, clear. So these ideas, if I feel that they serve my essay, they improve it, they add more, if you can say, weight to its value. So here I can insert them, right? I can insert them in my essay, clear, in my essay, right? Of course, to better it and to make it refined, okay, or to refine it wholly, right? Wholly. So here also, in this revising sub-stage or step, I check also the parts one by one. I see the introduction. Normally I should check whether I start the general to the specific. At the end of it, I should check also my thesis statement and its two elements. I mean, concerning idea and the topic. Also, body paragraphs. I check the main points in every body paragraph and the supporting sentences which support every main idea in every body paragraph. Also my arguments, my examples, right, my transitions to, right, to guarantee the coherence of different ideas and sentences. Also, in conclusion of the essay, I check and see if I really, right, restated my thesis statement correctly and summarize the main points properly or not, clear or not. So, as you see here, in this first step within polishing, we are concerned mainly with content, with general structure, right, organization, and mainly the major ideas of the essay structure, clear. Then after checking all these issues, of course, here in this revising sub-stage, we are not going to deal with those simple mistakes of grammar and spelling. No, here check only content and organization. Clear, right? Introduction with its elements, body paragraphs with their components, and conclusion with its way, water statement and summary and so on. Clear. Good. After revising, I move on to the second step or sub-stage, which is called editing. So here is also, as you see, can be used as a term for the whole stage or as a sub-stage or step number 2 within the polishing stage. Right, so we start from the ideas with revising, then move on to editing, or also it's called proofreading. So here in editing or in proofreading step, we check grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes, punctuation mistakes, capitalization. So all the mechanics of the language, now it's a high time to check them, right? To check them here at this proofreading or editing step or sub-stage, right? Also, we check sentence structures. I mean, where they contain subject and verb sometimes, and I forget some elements. Clear. Also, tenses of the verbs I'm using in my essay parts, contractions, formal, informal language. So all these formal issues, clear. All these, I don't know, mechanical issues, you can say, that concern language, that concern the details of writing, clear, not ideas, are checked secondly, not firstly. They are the last, you can say, concern and interest of the writer. Why? Because logically, we start first by, as you know, modifying and correcting and refining the essay ideas in a logical order or in the order required, right, in the essay. Then move on to those simple and easy mistakes that we need to refine also, right, to refine also. Now, this third major stage, which is called revising, polishing, or editing, can be carried out, right? It means accomplished either individually, you can do it yourself as a writer, it means you revise for yourself and by yourself, or you can use a technique which is called peer editing. Peer editing. What's peer editing? Peer editing is when you give your paper to a peer. It means to your friend, your classmate. Clear? Peer in English means someone who is at the same age of yours. Clear? So this person is going to check the final draft for you. He is going to also examine, right, the content first and organization of your essay. Then also he will proofread also its different mechanics of the language, grammar, punctuation, and spelling, and so on. Then he will also give you his feedback about your essay. So peer editing also is one of the useful techniques sometimes, because when we revise by ourselves, we don't see things right. We skip some details, but when others, right, check our essay, our assignments, they will find, all right, things which we neglected, things which maybe, right, we forgot. Clear, we forgot. Right. So this is simply a summary of the third major stage in the writing process. I mean, polishing. Good. Now let's have some practice. Now here, as you see, I will present to you, okay, on the screen, the final draft of the essay I wrote in the previous stage about nuclear power. So here is the draft of the introduction, right? You can read it, make a pause for the video, and after it, you can now see my corrected and my revised and my polished introduction, right? And you see the difference between them, with red spots which represent the mistakes in the draft, and second corrected and revised introduction is refined and is improved to be my final means writing. I will maybe hand to my teacher. Clear? Also, here is the first body paragraph of the first previous draft, and as you see, it's imperfect, but after revising it and polishing it, here is my now revised and polished first body paragraph. You can hear notice also the difference between the two. Alright, between the two stages. Alright. Also, here is the second body paragraph. I mean, it's draft of last time, and you can see also next to it or below it, it's revised and polished version. Also, here is the third body paragraph, which is which has some mistakes on grammar and so on, like all the previous rough draft paragraphs. And here is its corrected version and refined form. Clear, refined form. Right. Now finally we reach our conclusion or on the paragraph. As you see here, it is written hastily as a rough draft, but now when it is corrected, when it is polished, right, and revised and reviewed, it has become better, right, better, and it can give a good impression, right, in the reader's mind, right. So here is now our final assignment, our modest essay, after revision, after being polished and revised and edited. Of course, we checked first the ideas and organization, right? Nuclear power, three statements. It contains two elements, and also body paragraphs. In every paragraph, we have one major idea, right? At the beginning, topic sentence. Then I checked the transitions, right, supporting sentences for every main idea in every body paragraph. Clear. Also, I checked the coherence and unity, right? Transition between the body paragraphs and the introduction and conclusion. And finally, I move on to my also conclusion to see whether it really mirrors, okay, the content of this statement as well as the main points of my essay. All right, my essay, and here we have like this. We have finished the writing process with all its stages and steps. Right. All what you need is to practice as much as you can and try always to start with a model to follow. All right. If you feel that your level is a bit far from writing and starting writing your own essays directly, take a model of an essay and imitate it for a while. When you feel that you are satisfied with your imitation, you can start creating and writing your own essays, of course, depending on the outline you prepare in your pre-writing stage. So, thank you so much and see you in another lesson about always essay writing. Good luck.